Hey everyone, AYBL Maine returning here the very next day for once. I have some opportunities to do some recording and I'm going to go ahead and get the next one done. I'm doing my top 5 albums from every year I've been alive, and now I'm at 1977, which is a classic year in a lot of ways. One of the top 5 albums that I have is the Ramones' Rocket to Russia. This is actually a favorite of mine. I really like this album. I like this more than their debut album. I know that may be blasphemy in some circles, but I like Sheena as a punk rocker, and I like Rockaway Beach and Do You Want to Dance, and I just felt it was a little bit more well produced, and I was able to appreciate their music a little bit more in this particular one. Also in my top 5 is Steely Dan's Aja. I wasn't a Steely Dan fan at all, less than a year ago, guys, and I really like Can't Buy a Thrill. This is my second favorite album of theirs. I really like Josie and Peg and Deacon Blues. So well produced. Fagan and Becker are just tremendous musicians. A guy named Gary Katz does the production work on that album, and it is so clean. So clean. The instrumentation just comes across so well. I highly recommend that album if you want to listen to it. My second favorite Steely Dan album. Also in my top 5 is Billy Joel's The Stranger. Of course, it has the title track, but the entire side 1 is great. It has Just the Way You Are, Moving Out, Anthony's Song. Billy Joel must have had at least 5 or 6 tracks that charted from this particular record, and I think it's his best overall, and particularly from this era. So that's Billy Joel, The Stranger. Also in my top 5 is the debut album from Elvis Costello, an artist that I really like. I've run a lot of his discography. My Aim Is True. It's got Watching the Detectives on it. It's got Allison on it. It's an introduction to his unique style of music that I've never been able to really characterize. It's like this mixture of proto-punk and glam rock, and it's just mixed in this unique way and has this unique sound to it. It's produced by Nick Lowe, so it's going to be a good record. I was really impressed when I started running through his discography. To be honest, I think the only album I'd ever listened to in full before was Spike, so I had to go all the way back and then circle back through, and then I ended up liking so much of his material. He barely missed out on this top spot, and the only reason he misses out on the top spot is because the best album of 1977, and really, in my opinion, the best album of all time, is Fleetwood Mac's Rumours. This is like the quintessential, rock album. It's the consummate breakup album. Every track on it, except for maybe one, is really good or great. Dreams is probably in my top 5 songs of all time. Nix and Buckingham just added so much to this, and the songwriting was so strong from McVie as well. I don't know what else to say about this album, guys. It's something that you have to listen to and appreciate, and there's not a time that I can't throw this album on and not listen to it in full. It's just a tremendous record. You definitely should take a time to listen to it, and that's definitely number 1 for 1977. And if we were doing a list of number ones of all time, it's at the top of my list. For the album that everybody says I should love, but I actually didn't, it was actually yeah, that's why I took a moment to think about that one. It's David Bowie's Low. Now, this album actually appears at the top of a lot of lists. It's not just for this year, but like for the 70s, or some people have it like for all time type stuff. I'm just not into it. I mean, I like Station to Station. I like Ziggy Stardust by him, and Young Americans, and his other material, but I just never got into this album. And everybody said, well, the more you listen to it, the more you appreciate it. I've listened to it 3 times in full, guys, and my appreciation just has not grown that much. So if I'm missing out on something, definitely leave it in the comments there about what I should be looking for when I listen to Low, but I'm just not feeling it right now. That's what I got for 1977, guys. I hope to catch you soon.